Well, welcome back. And I went shopping yesterday with the missus. Don't really enjoy going shopping much. But this little trip turned out to be something rather good. We had a load of glass to break, dump in the bottle bank, and tinkle, 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 and so on. But we were prevented from going in there at first by a huge 4x4 wankmobile, which was parked in everybody's way, so nobody could move. I don't get it at all. It's purely a show-off thing, those round here. We're not in the sticks. The only time they go off-road is when they park them on the pavement, so nobody can walk past the bloody things without stepping into the road. And, okay, yeah, I'm all right, Jack. I'm Mr. Toe King of the road. Okay, yeah. Fine if you're a farmer or you're hauling horse boxes about or trailers with cars or even taking rubbish down the dump every few days. But really, they're just show-off mobiles or wank mobiles. Anyway, I digress. When we turned around from dumping the rubbish, we could hardly believe our eyes. The missus or myself, I think she spotted this thing before I did, actually. And it's a Ferguson 3053 record player, and it had the speakers with it, and the plastic lid. Yes, it was in a bit of a state, but it was evidently get-goingable. And it made a nice change, although a rather horrifying one, to see something like this that's worth saving, a sort of a shining diamond in a sea of turds. The turds being China-made air dryers, toasters, irons, slow cookers, MP3 docks. And you can see that none of these devices are very old. But this, I should think, is probably late 70s. And it's quite nice as they go. It was totally seized up. Turntable wouldn't move at all. But having overhauled the motorboard in the usual way that you have to for a BSR that hasn't been used for a long time, this isn't one of those flimsy late model belt drive affairs with the servo motor and the switch that never gets the speed right. It's an idler thing with a big shaded pole motor here. A feature shared by their earlier belt models, actually. And as you can see, it's on the usual bouncy springs. Got the SC12 cartridge. And that was about the only thing, really, that was mechanically wrong. It needed another stylus because the little tiny rubber bit that holds the little tiny alley arm where the diamond stylus is to the little plastic bit, the little white bit with LPS, had come adrift. It had just rotted out. So got quite a nice little set here. A little power on lamp made by Thorn Group, as you can tell from looking at the emblem there. Plays only 33s and 45s. It doesn't start automatically, but the arm return is automatic. And unlike today's crapophones, you actually have quite a few options here. You've got volume, balance, bass and treble, not even just a tone. 5-pin connection there, so that you can connect if you want to a tape deck or radio or, well, anything you want to amplify. They're moving over here, 1/4-inch stereo headphone jack. Now, remarkably, all this was intact. It was dirty, needed a bit of a clean, yes, but it was all intact. Even the 2-pin DIN leads that plug into the back for the speakers were working. What can you say? Talk about wasteful. What a wasteful world we live in. And with the internet especially, you'd think people would realise that such things aren't really to be thrown away unless they are well and truly kaput. Because the bits can always be used for something else, but this one works.
Mrs. Beardsley Smith, the conscience of this city, a woman with no pity. Mrs. Beardsley Smith, when the Coopers came to town, Mrs. Beardsley Smith came around. Looked at Mrs. Cooper's 42, 24, 36 and frowned. She said, a woman looking like you has got to be no good. So save yourself some trouble and get out of this neighborhood. Mrs. Beardsley Smith, the conscience of this city, a woman with no pity. Mrs. Beardsley Smith, before the local library puts a new book on the shelf. Mrs. Beardsley Smith always reads the book herself. And if you think that's obscene, the local papers, they will hear.
And away you go. And the arm return works automatically at the end as it should. Thanks to a bit of servicing and a bit of TLC. Click, and that's your lot. Yes, it's just as well really that there are people like that who just throw everything away, because it does allow us, people like us, to find some rather nice things once in a while, doesn't it? But the speakers, they're not much comp. There's a little 6x4 15 ohm unit in each. So there we are. Even came with the lid that isn't too badly scratched. Huh. Good heavens. What can you say about yuppies without being rude? I expect they've gone and bought one of those ghastly Crosley things. Crosley, Prolectric, yeah, Steepletone. Yes, as seen on Radio TV Phono Nuts channel, and sponsored by the American Toilet Society, I believe he said. Anyway, on that mad note, I will away.